Current market is looking fine. We are flirting with the $2 trillion market cap in the coins, and now if you look at XRP to be precise, we are doing fine. If we come on to the live chart, you can notice this thing. This, for those who understand the language of technical analysis, it's kind of great. Now you look at this one green candle, the volume and the movement. This was the total movement for just one candle, and it took 3 candles to the downside to reach that bottom. But at that time you're seeing fight in between the buyers and sellers, buyers trying to push that back up, which makes it a green candle. Now as you zoom out into that, keeping the same idea there and look for the pattern or the trend here, you get a top here, you get a top here, you get a top here. You're just connecting through that and you see this, right? So here precisely what is happening, we went there, we slowed down a bit, then we broke a bar. So we came to that point, slowed down and broke a bar. So that's a breakout. Now whenever you get a breakout, what's important to notice is mostly you're going to get a retest. And if you're going to get a retest, sometimes it can come touch that broken line, sometimes it won't, right? It would be acting as a standard deviation, which is support resistance region. So to plot that, you'll have to take a parallel line which actually connects the top of these wicks. So here the maximum wick came till here. That was like 1.69, 1.7. Now we are matching that up and putting a parallel line, and yeah, it looks parallel, right? So fine, it's some way close. We just came and hit that. Now I'm not saying we're gonna bounce now. I'm saying the odds for the price bouncing in this region is higher. You know, when a price goes up, you have a lot of different breakouts, you have a lot of different trending patterns which you have to focus. Say yesterday for our patrons, we actually posted this. Now when we posted that, the price was going down, these candles were moving down. We don't show a possibility that we are going to bounce now. But if you are a technical guy, you'll say, okay, we were below this particular trend line for a long time, and then when we came back up, we kind of respected that. So chances are high that we are going to bounce from here, and we are looking for that right now. Technically speaking, we have a lot of things, but at the same time fundamentals are also changing. Look at this. This is kind of something which actually shows, you know, in between the court case between Ripple and SEC, there are stuff which is happening just positive for XRP. Now not only for XRP or not great for Ripple, but good for XRP. Say this particular stuff which just popped in recently shows like William Hinman urges Ripple to halt XRP sales. Now as a company, it can be a little bit bad for Ripple because they have a ton of XRP, which you know, when the market goes higher, they're gonna sell and they're gonna make a little bit of money, then expand their business, right? They are kind of the best leaders I've seen, and they are doing that business fine. But why is it positive for XRP holders? Because you now have escrowed amount of XRP which is slowly coming into the market, and if the market needs it, it will pop in. Otherwise it's going to drop back into the escrow. Now what if that's not there? That means whatever unit of XRP the market needs, it's going to be directly taken from the circulating supply. Say you and me won't be selling our coins for those who need, because we are accumulating for the long run and we won't be selling at these prices. We know that. That means whatever type of adoption happens, whatever type of increase in usage happens, there is a little bit stuff you need to understand. The burn rate. Yeah, when we talk, it's teeny bit of burn rate. But when you really talk about the real type of adoption happening in between central banks, that's not something really small, right? And when the supply decreases, the common sense says, yeah, the price is staying stable if the demand is not increasing, or if it's decreasing. But when the demand stays same or increases, the price is going to rise from that level. Now that's the current affairs side of it. But you also have to look at the macro trend. You also have to understand how we are moving in macro. It's not only the MACD, it's not only the RSI. and the price. You combine all of them. If you want to use moving averages, you look at that. Then if you're most like a support and resistance guy, you can put that in and see this. Then, you know, if you are kind of a guy who goes in detail, then you look at this. Okay, this was the previous resistance. Right. Then we went above, we broke higher. Now mostly we would be coming back and bouncing from there. You know, technically speaking, you have a lot of things which the market is showing you right now, and if you can understand that and take benefit of that, it's going to get a lot more better for you. Now why we say that is because probability of opportunities in the market is there. We are trying to get it, and those who trade these are getting it. We hit target once for these coins and we are moving higher. Now when we are moving higher in this market, you do have to understand you're going to get opportunities everywhere. Now you can directly go take XRP in a coin Paprika itself and see how the price is varying. Now it came back as we anticipated, it's slowly bouncing. Now how do you anticipate these, right? Technically, how do you do this? This is not magic. This is the ordinary stuff which you, me, everyone can do if they understand the language of technical analysis. Now, I'll actually explain through this and a couple of different patterns and other stuff which you need to know as you go higher, because this also gives you an advantage to understand, like say November to Jan, you know, it's soon, it's just next 4-5 months, you're going to end wave 2, and if you are able to take the maximum profit out, that's going to be great, because after that you're going to get 8 to 10 months of nothing, consolidation, correction, going down. Say your portfolio reached $1 million, 2 million, whatever in numbers, it drops 10% a day, you bleed $200,000. Most of them won't be able to actually digest that, and I've seen that in wave 1 with our members. Some were like, you know, I have nerves of steel, but when the price drops, we can understand, nah, that's not the case, right? So if you want to take your profits out from different assets in this market, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. Now let's detail through the technicals and then go into the charts and explain what it is and how it matters. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly, and you make profits most of the time. Now just look at this particular chart and you're going to get some kind of information in detail, how to understand this, how to look at this. You're going to get all those information easily. Now just pop in through this and just try to understand. Now if you are getting this point, it's kind of going to be easy for you. Say we had this trend which we saw in XRP, we went above, so we got resisted there, we got resisted here. Next time when you came up, you had a little bit of resistance. Now from this point onwards, it's just an anticipation, right? That has not happened yet, so we don't know whether that's going to happen right now, but we are looking for the odds. Will this happen? There is a probability. You got a rounded bottom here, you went higher. Now you're coming down. Say right now you don't have this. What we are anticipating is that this is the trend line. Great, we're coming down. As we come down, do we anticipate a bounce? It should stay there a little bit and then make a higher high, then trend higher, then get volume and move high. So that usually gives you this pattern of rounded bottom. Now given that, you have to also understand that, okay, things are changing. This is how it matters. Now as I just showed you in the chart, you're kind of seeing candles, like say this is one candle, say this is the red candle here, then you see another one followed by that where you get red again, and then again you're getting that red candle. So these are bearish candles. Now when you see this trend going to the downside, and then the next candle, when it gets something like this, that's interesting. That's something you should keep an eye on, because when that happens, you need to understand the market just consolidated there. Now it's going to trend higher. The odds are like 60 to 70% that the market is going to move higher. Why? You got a green candle here stating we are going to move higher with an engulfing pattern. Now engulfing means this is the top of this candle, this is the top of this candle. We just broke above that and closed there. Now why am I saying this right now to you guys? Because you kind of get this here. You had candles coming down, consolidating, and then another candle just bursting through them. Now we are above the moving average. Now that's just a 4-hour chart. Now if you go on to a daily chart, you need to look at the trend and the pattern, right? Now this is one of the basic stuff for which we all need to understand. The next stuff is in the trend. When you are looking at trend in wave 2, you are just looking for stuff like this. You go up, you come back down, you go up, you come back down, you go up, you come back down, and each time you're making this level as support, that's fine. You're continuing higher, your momentum is to the upside, right? Now just keep an eye on this point, because when it bounces, you're continuing the trend. Now go back to the XRP chart and look at this. You kind of go up, you just went above that, great, that's all fine. So this was your resistance, you connected there, that was your support, right? You went up, then you got resisted there. We got the stop here. Yeah, we got resisted here. Now if you have that, you can actually zoom in and see that I'm not making this up. We got resisted here, then we broke above. Now when we are coming back, that's the support. That's general basic trend identification here, and we are trending higher. Now that's on a daily. Now as you step back, you can go to 3-day, weekly, monthly, it's up to you, right? You get the same idea going on, and some of the indicators just validates that. Here the MACD is validating that. So I've actually prepared a ton of charts for you guys. Now let's detail through this, because this is going to give you the macro scenario towards the micro scenario of what's happening right now in the market. What you're looking at is a weekly chart of XRP, and it kind of shows you, this is the macro trend, the long-term trend, where you are kind of identifying, okay, the bottom which you're putting in looks like this, meaning it's slowly rounding up and it's moving to the upside. So as you come down, you're getting a pattern where you're moving to the upside. Fine, the buyers are getting attention. Then you look at the volume, what's happening with the money flow. Money is coming in, it's increasing, it's increasing, it's increasing. Great. Now next one is the highs. You're creating new high, you are creating new high, you are creating new high, you are moving up. Then you come back down to the support and you bounce. So what do you anticipate next time? We came to the roof, we got rejected, we came to the bottom, we again went to the top, we took the number of days, we can calculate that, we can extrapolate that and plot it, and we reach somewhere here for the next time. That's all great. So in short term, when you get the MACD crossing to the upside, RSI trending to the upside, and the price trending to the upside, trend is your friend. If you want to follow, you can follow that. But if you put in levels of support and resistance to make sure you're doing right stuff, you look at historical price fluctuation at that particular level. You can look at a zone. I'm just plotting lines so that it's easy to explain here. This was a resistance previously. You had a resistance zone there. Then here it acted again as resistance. So that's a valid resistance zone. Now when we came back down, we got supported there. First is this cycle. In last cycle, in the bear market, we got this. We were coming back, we were getting supported at that range. If we extend this line, you're going to get that here. So that was a support for a long time. That was back in 2018, early 2018. So you can literally say we did like 1, 2, 3, 4th year, that range is still intact. Now, if we go on to that, next one is this. We got resisted there, we got supported here. Now that's a weekly chart, it would not be clear here. You'll have to go to a daily chart to identify that, but a weekly close gives you that idea with that wick. Now here you got resisted, so next time when you're going to go up, yes, definitely you're going to make that as a resistance first until you break higher. But now when your indicators are giving you that it's trending higher and it's just crossing to the upside, that's something you need to consider, because we just stated this is now a support for us. So as we bounce from here, it should push the price up. Now in the general market, the Bitcoin dominance is dropping. The MACD is crossing to the downside, but Keep this in your mind. As the MACD crosses, initially it gives you a fake out. It can come back, retest this one, and then go lower. So those who are going to take leveraged positions, tight positions, they're going to be kicked out as we go back and retest this level, because they're betting against the market, saying, nah, it's going to directly go down, and the market doesn't do that. It go back, retest, kick him out, and then continue to the downside. Even though your chosen direction is right, the market just kick you out and then move to your direction. You don't make money. So that's why you need to know probability of what's going to happen on the historical price fluctuation. If you're familiar with that, you know this. We broke higher, we are coming back down. Probability says we may bounce, right? Because the price is making higher high, again higher high, higher low, and now we don't have a higher low yet, but what we are anticipating is this should be acting as support. It acted as support last time, so it's going to act support as this time. So when we look at this and then jump onto the altcoin market cap on a 3-day, we're going to get the same stuff. Wow, this time if we're going to bounce, chances are higher that we are going to make a new all-time high, because we're so close to it. Just the difference is which coin is going to pop. That's why we are going to look at the macro scenario of XRP, the monthly chart. You don't have any kind of lines in this. This is the easiest way to see what's happening in the market. What's your RSI pointing right now? Is it going down? Is it going up? Is it stable? If it's like horizontal, that's just saying we're going to go sideways. If it's down, that's bearish. If it's up, it's bullish. You look at the MACD, what's it doing? It's trending to the upside. It's showing you an upside direction. If you have doubt, now yeah, you can step out of the market, but mostly that's not the right decision to do when you're bouncing like this, because last time we bounced like this, we went from 0.1675 towards $2. That's like 13, 14, 15x in the market. So next time if you're going to do that from 0.5, that's wave 2, and mostly it would be 2 to 3 times what we did last time. So that's taking us towards the top of 15 to 25, $30. Right now the price is $1, so that's like 20 to 30x of profits if you are new. And if you came into the market early, that's crazy numbers. You're gonna get 100x in XRP by that time, just in wave 2. And in wave 3, if you're gonna get 10, 15x, you're gonna get 1000, 1500x. Now that's compounding. I'll take you guys through it as we go forward, but right now you only have to look at the trend. So on a weekly, you do have RSI making lower high. I agree on that point, but the MACD is not doing that. It's making higher highs. So you now have conflicting information given by both the indicators. So now you're also looking at the long-term trend. Fine. What's it doing? It's creating higher lows and it's trending higher. Now that's a symmetrical stuff for the RSI. We're waiting for a breakout, but for the MACD, it's bullish. We just saw in the MACD that the MACD is trending higher. It's moving to the upside and it's bouncing as it come back. Right now we also bounced again and we crossed to the upside. So taking that into consideration, we can say probability says we may break to the upside, at least 50-50, right? Then when you get this kind of stuff on a 3-day chart, look what we did previously. We bounced after that. Look what we just recently, we bounced after that. Now what's that? The volume, right? You look at the volume, you look at the indicator, it peaks, it slow down, we can call it a breathing moment, because we continued higher, people should take profit and then move high. So this is how we understand the market. When you look at this, you can literally go into an hourly chart, you can literally go into a 4-hour chart. It's all about who you are. If you are a micro trader who goes in and out from the market in an hour, or within a day, it's kind of trading, and you definitely need to understand what you're doing. Otherwise, the odds are you're going to lose a ton of money, because say here, I'm not saying you to trade. This is going to be so much of risks involved, because that's a 1-hour chart, but it's trending higher. Now, for me, when I execute a trade, I look at the hourly chart. I look at a 4-hour chart to ensure that what I just saw in a daily is valid in the short time as well. So this was a resistance. It acted as a resistance. We were trending high here when that was a resistance. We broke above. We went through that. We identified that before the breakout, right? Then we went above. We came back down, and this time that's acting as a support. What else do we need to identify that the trend is continuing? Now, if you don't want to identify that now, and once we break above this range of 1.4 and move to $2, if you want to identify, yes, that was a support, that's fine. It's completely up to you. But if you learned something in today's video and you received value, please do hit that like and subscribe button. That supports the channel a lot. And if you really want your portfolio to grow, and if you have a lot of different assets, you can definitely look at the link in the description for Patreon, which gives you access to all of these charts. Now, it depends on which tier you are in, but you kind of get most of the charts even if you are in the basic tier. Say you're paying just $5 a month, then you're kind of getting 50% of all the chart posted, and sometimes 65% of the charts, right? And if you are in any tier above $50, which is platinum level, you're gonna get almost every chart, like 90% of the charts. So guys, if you want to grow your portfolio and you want to look at a lot of different assets which are entering into wave 2, whether it's going to enter into wave 3 and then go down when the market is trending up, you don't want to be in a coin which is trending down, right? You need to be in a coin which is trending up with the average market. So to get all of those ideas, we post this on a regular basis to show you which asset is doing what, which exits can be looked at for all the different assets you have. That gives you the advantage to stay over others, knowing your targets and keeping your targets set. So even if you're busy outside, the market is giving you profit when you come back. I will meet you guys in the next video. Bye for now.